This episode of the Fiction Writers Podcast is brought to you by the Novel Notebook. With each character and each setting, hundreds of details must be compiled and organized. Far too many for a writer, like you, to keep them cataloged in your brain. The Novel Notebook provides the answer. Visit www.fictionwriterspodcast.com/novel and quickly discover how to organize your materials and take your novel to the next level. Welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where you will discover tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Here you'll find new energy, new perspectives, new resources, and new ideas that will spark your creativity into a blaze of brilliance. It's easier than you think. Be sure you visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now, get out your notebook, tune in, and let's get started.
What's a benchmark of an amateur versus a professional? Well, it's this one thing, and it's constant vigilance. My name is Lana McAra, and welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast. Tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. So what is this little deal right here? Small, fits in my purse. And I love this little piece of elastic. Not all of them have this, but it keeps it together. So when it's in my purse, it doesn't get all bent up and opened and destroyed. And I even have a little bookmark in here for a spot that I want to come back to, something that was important to me at the time. And so what this is my on-the-go reservoir for ideas. Amateur writers sit at the computer and try to think of an idea. Professional writers have their eyes open all the time. They're looking at the world with this filter of, is that an idea? Is that an idea? Can I do something with that? What about this? And they are recording ideas in their journal. This little journal about the size of the palm of my hand, and I have it with me everywhere. Because we aren't making things up, although we write fiction, we are recording life, pull from later. And so your journal is super important. Now, here's one that, I have had for a while because it has this piece of elastic to hold it. But then there are other, I pick them up sometimes at writers' conferences where they may be there as a little giveaway on the book table. And then when I have some ideas in here and I have a supply of ideas, then I will transfer to my 3-ring binder. Now, you can use your electronic file, no problem. Most people want to do that these days. But then if I do type it in to an electronic file, I print and put it in the 3-ring binder. You would not believe the number of times I've had writers tell me, oh yeah, my computer got ruined, or it just crashed, or a virus got it, or whatever, and it's gone. And that, I think, is the saddest word for a writer to ever hear. It's gone. And so I put things in my 3-ring binder, and I keep them. When you're journaling, you're looking for some various things. You're looking for situations. You're looking for those flashes of insight. You're also looking for characters. One time I was at the gas pump, and it was in New Jersey, where you always have somebody pumping your gas. And this guy had the most unusual face. And so while he was there pumping my gas, I had my little notebook out and I'm writing what he looked like. I'm cataloging his features in my journal. And so then later I came back to my 3-ring binder and I put him in my character section. I also collect images. If I have old magazines from the library, I love to collect them. And then I'll just leaf through them. And if I find some pictures of people that are evocative to me, I'll clip them out and tape them to a page in my journal. And if I'm doing that online, You can go into Google and put blonde-haired woman, 40 years old, and see what comes up. And I do that too. Scroll, scroll, scroll. When I find an image, then I will print that image, clip it out, and put it in my journal. This journal to me is like a pantry of ideas. And when I'm ready to write, I'll sit there and go through the characters in my journal to see if any of them fit the book I'm writing at the time. I will look through the situations. I need subplots. I need twists. I need mystery ideas. And mystery ideas can come from anywhere. And I will jot them in my mystery section of my 3-ring binder. So depending on your genre, you could have all kinds of different sections in your binder. But then I have it. This is a permanent record. When I use something, I mark a line through it so I know that it's been used. And then eventually I will replace pages as they get used up. So journal. And it's not about, although you might do morning pages, put that in a separate place. This is a pantry of ideas that you collect and record from the real world around you. If you do this, you will never run out of ideas. You will always have more than you can use. And that's exactly how we keep going, book after book after book. And you can too. Thank you for being with me today. This is the Fiction Writers Podcast. My name is Lana McAra. See you next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where we share tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Remember to visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Fiction Writers Podcast.